Hello potatoes, it's Cato Potato and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a follow-up to the first installment of the series, my tattoo tour. So I will say that for this year, I won't be adding on a piercing portion. It's not something that I feel like will need as much explanation as some of the meanings of tattoos, and I feel like last year, because I only had like 4 tattoos, it didn't really matter. Also should note that last year it was my first year getting tattoos as soon as I turned 18, and so a lot of my tattoos were just like very simple. It's just like line work, very basic, very easy. And so this year was the first time where I got a lot of shading done, got a lot of more detail. Definitely has had a glow up in the tattoos that I got. So yeah, the first tattoo I got this year was this fig branch. I got this at Golden Anchor Tattoos by Emily at Winning Tattoos. I outlined this in Fig's Gotcha Day video, but essentially this is like a little family of figs. There are 2 ripened ones that are open, and you can see like the details on the inside. This one is a little baby fig that's unopened, unripened, and this is supposed to represent Fig, my cat. It's like an idea of you can create your own family, and for me, I created my own family with my boyfriend and me and Fig as my baby. And obviously now that I have Fruit Loop, the meaning's changed just a little bit to where now these are kind of like my 2 kiddos, and then this is like my boyfriend and me because we're 2 halves of a whole. Trying to be cheesy, I don't know. Emily is an amazing artist, and I found her, I want to say like end of 2021, and I was like, I really like her style and I want to get a tattoo done by her. And this one was the first one where I like researched the artist. I submitted like an inquiry to get a tattoo appointment. I got an appointment, like scheduled it on the books. Like all the other tattoos were either walk-ins or flashes, and so this one was like a true like appointment tattoo. I think she did an amazing job. I think I, learned that this is what a good tattoo is. Super nice, because when I was getting the tattoo, I just had it like here on with like a little rest on it, and so I remember her putting each single detail on it, which is obviously a super cool experience. Like I'm the type of person who likes to watch tattoos being done, and so I really like this experience because I could see everything. Like I said, I won't say like I have a favorite tattoo, but this is definitely one of those that a lot of different elements were perfect. Obviously this represented my family, which is really important to me. The placement is perfect for me. Like the sizing, I was super nervous about how big it was compared to everything else, but I think the sizing is perfect. I had a really good experience. The tattoo artist was great. You can't really beat that. The pain was okay. I have a really high pain tolerance, so I don't even really remember this. 1 or 2, it didn't hurt that bad. But other than that, literally perfect. I love it. I flaunt it everywhere I go. I'm just like, look, it's my little family. Yeah. Yeah, Fruit. Yeah. Alrighty, so the second tattoo that I got was in March of this year. I got a little butterfly sparkle. I'll pop up a picture because I'm wearing a dress, so I don't really want to be like, this is my foot. But this on my ankle, it's a little butterfly sparkle. I got it done on Shenanigans Tattoo by Nils at Signal the Advance. This tattoo was a spontaneous tattoo venture with my best friend ND, who you guys have probably seen from like my care package videos and also from prom, but we have been best friends since like 8th or 9th grade. I feel like we knew that one day we were going to get friendship tattoos. We just didn't know exactly what we were gonna get and when. I feel like because I had gotten this one, tattoos were a subject that we were talking about when I went back to my hometown for that weekend. And I saw a lot of these like really cute like sparkle designs that I really want eventually like on my fingers or somewhere on my hand or something, just like as little jewelry. And Unzi really loves butterflies, and we were talking about how during that time, a lot of different changes were happening in our lives. So, it was kind of like a transitional, like metaphorical time in our lives, She was like, what if like spontaneously we just got matching tattoos one day? And I was like, why can't that day be today? So yeah, we got a tattoo that day. We literally called up the nearest tattoo parlor that did walk-ins that day, and like, let me just say, this experience was the funniest because I felt so bad for the tattoo artist. We did not know what we wanted. Like I mentioned, like I wanted the sparkles and you wanted the butterfly. That's really all we knew. We didn't really have like any reference photos or anything. We were just like, can you just come up with something like this. We'll probably like it. We don't care. Nils was very nice. He just whipped up the design. He drew it out. He had like a little light thing and he like traced it out on both sides of the paper because we decided that for me, I was gonna get it on my right ankle, and for Unzi, she was gonna get it on her left ankle. So whenever we're back to back, the butterflies are facing each other, and it's like we've got each other's backs. So yeah, the pain wasn't too bad either. I would say this one, I maybe like a 3, just because it's close to the bone. I feel like I hate anything like on my joint. I'm just kind of like, It's not the most pleasant feeling. We ended up kind of going a little bit higher on the ankle bone, and so got us that design. Alrighty, and then my third tattoo I got this year, I got a mushroom cluster on my calf. I went back to Emily at Golden Anchor Tattoos and I got this one done in May. I love how Emily does a lot of textures. So I love the way that she did the fig textures that are in the middle, and I love the way that she put in different textures on the mushrooms as well. And I love it. It's a dope piece. And you guys can probably guess what it's about. And you know, it's a tattoo that grounds me. I just like it. I just like the idea of it. And there is this like Reddit post that I saw where it was basically like mushrooms are like kind of hard to classify. They're like sometimes so close to humans. They can sometimes heal you. They are very interesting. And so apparently this professor can't teach about mushrooms because they're so weird. And so I love mushrooms. I think they're so freaking cool. So I also love having it on my body. It was the worst pain for me. And that's coming from someone who has an extremely high pain tolerance. I hated getting this tattoo. Obviously gorgeous and such a cool piece, but the pain was just really bad because the leg nerves, you just start twitching. It's something about the nerves. It was just my least favorite tattoo experience, not because of Emily, but literally because of the placement. Like I felt like I was just like, I couldn't control my leg. I felt like I was being a bad canvas for Emily, and I was just like, I hate the idea of me screwing up my own tattoo. Like that's just the word. I do want a thigh piece at one point, but the calf really just threw me off, man. And it's really, really funny because like a little over a week after I got the mushroom garden tattoo, I went to a flash event and I got these little guys. It's a little mercat and a little cat in a dinosaur costume. And I got this done at the flash event that I went to last year as well. It is at Blue Siren Tattoos, and surprisingly it's a randomized artist event, so like it's just whoever is available, and I got the same artist I got last year. So Robin at Robin Matt's Tattoo did the tattoos, but the design was from Ali Hyde, I believe. They were guest spotting at the event, and so they had some designs that they whipped up. I'll show up the little flash that was originally on there, just a bunch of different cute cats in different character costumes. This is for my siblings. I have a younger sister and a younger brother. Regardless of how old they get, they will always be my little siblings, and so I wanted to get something that represents them. I feel like for the longest time I wanted some sort of mermaid tattoo for my sister, to the point where I really wanted like a mermaid like on my rib or something. But like my sister is like 6 years old right now, and like a lot of mermaids that I see design wise are really like mysterious and sexy, and it's just like sexy and sex don't go together. Like it's just not something I would have wanted to capture on my body to represent my sister. And same thing with my brother. I feel like he likes cars and dinosaurs. I was just like, I kind of don't want either of them on there, and I was thinking of a better way to try and have them on my body in some way, and I felt like this was the perfect ground where these are things that they like, and playful, cute little versions where I can represent my siblings on my body in a way that I like it as well. It's near my family face because obviously my siblings are part of my family as well. So this didn't hurt as much either, probably like a 1, don't really remember it. But I also remember all the different lines that went into this tattoo, which is always special. Okay, this tattoo, I feel like I always get questions about it and I hate talking about it, but I know I got it because I need to keep talking about it, and it is my pomegranate with a uterus inside of it. Late June, I got it after Roe v. Wade was overturned. Obviously, it was very scary for a lot of people in different groups. Talked about it a lot with my girlfriends being like, you know, this is scary, so how can we support each other? We all decided to get a uterus tattoo, kind of our own way of protesting, our own way of standing against, you know, it being overturned, and kind of just the idea of, you know, standing up for what you believe in, always having it be a conversation piece, always being proactive about it, you know, all those different things. It's done by Ghost at Ghost Malone Tattoos at Slaying Ink Studio. It was just a walk-in event because a lot of the places, you know, were requiring appointments, and we just wanted to do something that felt organic at the time. One of my friends got a little flower blooming out of her uterus. Another one got one that's like holding a hanger and like flicking you off and being like really angry. And I got mine inside of the pomegranate. So I feel like I've wanted a pomegranate just because of all the different details on it. Actually, Fruit Loop was supposed to be Pomegranate if I ever got her name changed. I was like, if I get a second cat, I'll probably name her Pom. I think Fruit Loop works for her character. But maybe in the future, I might get a cat named Pomegranate. I wanted a pomegranate as a symbol of like abundance and for women, because while I don't identify as a woman, I identify as non-binary, I understand that I will still be perceived as a woman and have a female experience. That's something that I know well aware with the way that I look, and I like the way I express myself, so that's not something that I'm gonna hold against anyone. So I know I will always have that experience. And I also like that it's kind of related to Persephone from Greek mythology, which is like a nice little connection because it's related to fertility and how, you know, people's rights are getting taken away regarding their reproductive rights. Roe v. Wade was a federal right to abortion for a woman to choose. I personally don't believe there's anything such as pro-life. It's just anti-choice, because there is still a life at stake with being pro-life. It's definitely one of those things where it definitely gets uncomfortable for someone who doesn't like to talk a lot about political stuff, just on like a day-to-day basis. Obviously politics are important to talk about, but just on a day-to-day basis, it's a little bit difficult for me. But this definitely helps me strive for fighting for reproductive rights in any context, in any situation. So yeah. Now what's funny is that they started doing abortion demonstrations on papayas, so I thought that was pretty cool. And so it would have been funny if I got a papaya on it instead. It'd be perfect, but I also love the pomegranate, so yeah. Alrighty, so we are at my last 3 tattoos, and I got all these 3 tattoos on the same day, so fun little experience. It's been front and center this whole video, my chest piece. So these are blueberry sprigs that I got done at Golden Anchors once again by the lovely Emily at Winning Tattoos. I got these done in October, and then at the end we threw in like a little ghost, perfect for spooky season. Originally called it a collarbone tattoo because I thought it was gonna be like more here, but we like put it and placed it, and I felt like this is a really good spot to it, but now it's more like a chest piece. So this is not my chest piece. It's a blueberry bush in the backyard of a house that we lived in when I was younger. It's kind of like the idea of childhood and reminiscing and all that. It's not a time period that I loved in my life. It was kind of sad and very upsetting. You know, there were a lot of other personal things that were going on, and I feel like whenever I look back, I'm just like, not my favorite time. I wanted, in a way, to pull the positive out of the negative. And so I remember this blueberry bush that was in our backyard. We would always go back there when it was in season. We would pick the blueberries. We would have so much fun, especially with my siblings, and we would, you know, wash the blueberries and feed it to each other, and it's such a sweet memory. It was something that I could take the positive from such a negative time, and it's almost like because it's such a forward chest piece, it's like putting my best face forward, always trying to find the good out of anything bad. Obviously trying to pull really deep meanings out of things when you're really the only one it's for is very difficult. But basically the idea is that this is just a reminder to be positive, and so I want to find the blueberries out of my childhood. So yeah. I feel like this tattoo is the one that I get asked the most, did it hurt? It didn't as much as I thought it would. Got a little bit spicy around like the breast tissue, but overall the chest in itself, I feel like it's a cavity, so it just kind of like echoed. A a lot of like the vibration. I feel like I would have fallen asleep during this one too if it hadn't been for the tattoo machine right next to my ear. While I was getting these two pieces done, I was obviously laying, and Emily has this really cool wall with all the flash sheets, which a lot of tattoo artists have, and a lot of Halloween flashes because it was October, so spooky month. I did see this little cat ghosty and I instantly fell in love. And yeah, while I was literally in the middle of getting this done, I looked over and I saw that, and like during like half of the tattoo session I was like, I want to ask her if I can get it after. I know you spent 2 hours doing these, but can you also add another one? But I ended up asking, and she was obviously like, heck yeah, let's do another one. And this one took like 5 minutes. It's obviously just line work, and it's just a cute little one. I originally wanted it like behind my ear, but I trust Emily with placement on a lot of different things. So this one, I was super hesitant on sizing, but she was like, no, I think a bulk piece would be nice. Literally the best decision I've ever made. That's the thing about tattoos. I feel like you really have to trust the artist who's putting it on your body. Just saying. And I was like, I've never gotten a wrist tattoo. And I feel like a lot of people get wrist tattoos pretty early on, but I haven't gotten one yet. So let's do it. So we put it on my wrist and I was like, that's perfect. It literally just goes wherever it needs to go. Surprisingly, hurt more than these. I feel like, okay, let me say, obviously these, because they were 2 hours long, there's obviously a huge gap of time where it was vibrating. Obviously it's gonna beat this that was 5 minutes, but like by moment to moment how much it hurt, this one probably hurt more, just because like I mentioned, it's on the joint. I don't love getting things on the joints. I don't think anyone really does, but you know. Emily did say it's kind of like a stray where you see it and you're like, I don't know exactly what you are, but you're like a stray and you're coming home with me. So the tattoo came home with me. I feel like I've been talking forever, but I also love talking about tattoos, so I don't really care. But yeah, that is my 2022 tattoo tour for you guys. I've gotten a lot more work done this year, and hopefully we'll be getting some new additional pieces next year. Like I mentioned, I feel like I really learned to appreciate tattoos and the true art that they are. I feel like I love like specific pieces. These are like true pieces on my body, and it's great. I love that I found an artist that I love and I keep going back to, that I have someone that I can trust with a lot of these ideas that I have, and it's great. I love it, and I hope you guys enjoyed them as well, and just listen to me talk about them. I know right now a big culture of it is you don't make a big meaning of your tattoos and go on really big explanations, and I obviously did, but they're important to me, and well, I pay for them to be tattooed on my body, so I want to talk about them. But yeah, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you got any tattoos this year. I feel like I'm gonna ask this question every single time I do this series, but did you get a tattoo this year? Share with me in the comments below. Subscribe down below for more interesting content like this, and hope you have a great day. Wishing the best as always, Cato, rolling it out.